Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to explore the Microsoft Surface Duo 1 and see how this bad boy become my daily driver in 2023. Now let's start with the design, and I will tell you right now, this phone turns heads. So every single friend that I have, when they saw me with this phone, they wanted to see what it is. The most shocking part, nobody knew about his existence, but then once they touch it, they start open it, they thought it's a really good idea. Having two screens and be able to do whatever you want, in those two screens, multitasking like a pro, is always a good thing. And the first time in my life, I had two strangers coming to me, asking me about what phone is this and how does it work. And I'm not gonna lie, but that feeling was pretty good. Now this device, it's actually very slim and it's smaller than you think. Now I know most of the people will say, oh, it's going to be huge. And when I first saw it, to be fair, I thought it's really small. So I will say it's like an iPhone in a little bit. So it's not as big as you think in your hand. Now when you open it, yes, it will become a tablet. But then using it as one hand, it's easy because you can just turn it around and use it as a normal phone. The difference is you will have these bezels around here, which makes, a bad design in 2023. But the functionality, I can promise you, it will be worth it. Now let's start with the obvious. So this thing has a Snapdragon 855, has 6 GB of RAM. You can buy it in 128 or 256 gigabytes of storage, sorry. It's a dual SIM, nano SIM, and it can also support eSIM. It doesn't have wireless charging. Has an 11 megapixel camera, which we will go into a deep thing about this camera because my god. And has a fingerprint scanner, which is literally here. It's a physical, well, not a physical button, it's inside the device, so it's not on the screen and stuff like that. So before we're discussing about the benefits of using this device, we're going to see about the downfalls of using this device. The first thing about it, it's the camera. This camera is the worst camera I have ever seen on a mobile phone. Period. The quality, it's so bad. It literally, I think the Samsung Galaxy S1 has a better camera than this one. The camera is really bad. When it comes to pictures, the pictures on this phone, it's really, really bad. Whatever you do, they won't make it. The button, when you're pressing the button, you don't know what you're getting. It's always a mystery with this phone. And when it comes to the front camera, so you see here my daughter is holding a light for me, right? And literally this picture that is coming here, if I say the worst picture on the planet, I will offend the worst picture on the planet. So I really hate the camera on this device. I'm not going to lie, I really, really hate it. Especially when this device came out with £1,699 here in England. This is ridiculous for this price. This camera should not exist. You have a flash over here, but it's useless. So it's up to you if you think it will be good. You saw the samples right now, so you have an idea how good the camera is. But for me, it's the worst camera I have ever used on a mobile phone. Maybe I am, I was expecting too much. I'm coming from a Pixel phone, but still. Now, the second thing that I hate about this device are the speakers. Now, when I say are the speakers, technically speaking, it's just a speaker, which is right here on the top left of the display. Now, the earpiece, if you're listening to music, the earpiece will actually make sound, but for you to hear the sound, you have to put the earpiece like this. So it's trying to be a dual speaker, but it fails completely, to the point where if that earpiece is activated or deactivated, makes no difference to it. So I got used to dual speakers. This has only one speaker, but when you're actually closing the device, because of the echoes from the screen, it actually sounds a little bit louder, not as loud and as clear as a dual speaker phone, but a little bit louder. Now, this is the downfalls that you're having from me. At least this is my downfall. Now, what about the benefits? The benefits it's actually a lot of benefits. So my main benefit for me is having the two displays, and then it will be easy because I can use two applications on the same time. You can do this with every single phone. You can split the apps and then that's it. You're just using it. What's the deal? Why is this one so special, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. This one is special because this one is forcing me to use two screens. So I open Instagram here, I'll move it here, and then I'll open Twitter here. The moment I open an application, it will open on the screen that I am. So for example, here, if I move the page here and I open the application from here, it will open on this screen. So where you put the application, when you click on it, it will open the application on the screen. Now, being forced to use multitasking like this, it's actually a benefit, especially for me who I'm trying to become a YouTuber and write a sketch and do research and stuff like that. Because on my normal phone, my Pixel, the easy thing that I will do some research, then moving back and forth, jumping the application, because even though it has split screen, because I don't use the function too much, so in my head it's not there. I have to just swipe from an application to another. So eventually I'll get tired or I'll get bored a little bit, and I say, you know what, I'll take 5 minutes break. I'll watch a YouTube video fast about something or about the subject that I'm searching for. And then from that YouTube video, I'll get a recommendation, then I'll see another one, and then another one, and then another one. And maybe I'm jumping on TikTok after that. And I just lost time without realizing. Well, because I'm having 2 different apps here, I'm literally having my browser here, so internet here, and then I'm having my notes app here. So I'm just reading and typing, or maybe copying from here to here, so I can speak in my videos and stuff like that. So having 2 screens, being forced to use 2 apps at the same time, for me it's a benefit. And I think a lot of people will consider this. Now, when it comes to gaming on this device, because let's not forget, a mobile phone can also game. How should I say this? It's bad. So gaming on this device is how you respect. Depending on the application, if it's optimized, then it will work. If it's not optimized, then it will not work properly and you are forced to stay in a single screen like this and play the game. Now, for me, it's a hit and miss. I don't play that many games, but then in the same time, when I'm playing, I'm actually playing like this. So what I do, I put the phone on the table, and because the phone is on the table or is literally staying like this between my hands, then it's much easier for me to control it. And then I just put it like this and stuff. So it's actually a nice way to hold the hand and actually play the game. It's much better rather than holding a normal phone, because it's actually slimmer than a normal phone, and you have this thing that rests on your fingers rather than holding the phone like this, tight. Now, there are some applications which is optimized for the dual screen. For example, we have this Nintendo DS, which is perfectly optimized for the 2 screens, and you can play these games. How you can see here, it literally looks like a real DS game. So you do get benefits in gaming, especially in emulation. Having 2 screens is perfect. If you're watching a video, then you can have a video on the screen and this one on the screen, or you can split it like every single app. You can split the app on both of the screens, and then you will have it like this. And it's the same with games. Now, when it comes to battery life, so keep in mind this device has to power 2 screens, and I am not gonna lie, but I'm pretty impressed with this device. With 2 screens, I get about 4.5 hours screen on time, sometimes 5, depending on how you're using it, right? If you're using heavy things or watching a lot of videos and stuff like that, you get about 4 hours. If you're doing research, like a lot of Googling, a lot of texting and stuff like that, then you'll get to 5, maybe a little bit more than 5. But from my experience, every single time when I use this device, I don't do this. For me, I don't have this in my reflex. I just open the device and I just use it as a dual screen. Even though sometimes most of the times the right screen stays on the desktop here on the home screen, and then I just use this part. Some of the times, because I'm doing this, it's still wasting power because I'm not holding it. Now, talking about benefits, if you want to edit some videos on it, now we have here Filmora, and we're going to open a project, and we're going to put, for example, this recording that I just did with the surface here. So how you can see this is how it looks, right? So you edit everything on this screen. Now if I put my application on both the screens, how you can see I'm having literally this one is for editing and this one is what I'm editing. So it takes advantage of the dual screen so well that it's literally perfect for editing videos and stuff like that. Now Filmora is not the only application that does this. Power Director takes advantage of the same thing. CapCut take advantage of the same thing. So video editing and photo editing, some of the apps from Adobe especially, they are optimized for the dual screen. So doing work on this device, it's more than perfect. Now, because it's a Surface, you get some benefits. And let me introduce you to the pen. Now, being a Surface device, right, of course you will support stylus. And it will work with the same stylus from your Microsoft Surface. Now, this is not the original style. This is a one from Amazon for 30 quid. I pay for it, but it does the job. Having this pen, really nice. I don't use it too much. I use it a lot on my laptop. I don't use it too much on my Surface Duo, but it's a pretty nice feature to have. If you're searching for a Samsung Galaxy Note replacement, dual screen, pen, perfect. So, at the end of the day, do I recommend the Surface Duo? It's hard, but I will tell you this. If you're just a normal user, a Samsung Pixel or iPhone user who just uses his Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and TikTok on a daily basis and make some pictures, I will not recommend you this device because you do a lot of sacrifices for having the two screens, and the picture quality from your camera is probably the worst imaginable. But if you buy this device for work, or if you're trying to do working on a project and you don't feel motivated, or you don't have the needs to push yourself, or how I'm doing a YouTube channel and I get bored, so I need something to keep me here inside the game and focus on getting more work and getting more research and stuff like that, I will fully recommend this device because this is made to help people do their job. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Please, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And I will see you guys in the next one.